Our first information item, moving on to that section of the evening, is a preview. And trustees, you have a Rec and Ed. I think the preview potentially, has this been released publicly?
Yes,
okay, just recently.
Yeah.
So we have a preview of that this evening, trustees. So Dr. Swift, do you want to introduce this?
Thank you, Madam President and trustees and members of the community. We are so proud of our Rec and Ed division, and as I've shared with you before, they are one of the premier Rec and Ed divisions in the country, really benchmark themselves to about 4 other cities in the country. One of those being Madison, Wisconsin, and Austin, and a few others like that. And so I'm really proud this evening. You heard just a few months ago, trustees, the biannual report from the entire Rec and Ed endeavor. And what we're hearing tonight is really a teaser for the summer activity. I'm always grateful to Rec and Ed because so many of our children and their families want to remain engaged in learning throughout the summer, and we do a number of summer academic programs. Trustees are going to get that report in April, and we're really excited. Ms. Dickinson Kelly and the team are gearing up for that. But the other side of the coin, when a lot of our traditional teachers in classrooms kind of shutter for the summer, Rec and Ed gears up. And so we're always delighted that they keep students engaged, and I love that they make learning fun. And that's what summer Rec and Ed is all about, is lots of fun. Some of my favorite photos are of that summer session where the child is holding the cow's eye. And if you look at the photo, he is thrilled beyond measure that he got to hold the cow's eye. And they told me all about it. They clearly were learning in acquiring all of this knowledge and interaction. And I'll tell you, it's birth to forever, and they can learn everything in those classes, from belly dancing to camp invention. And I'll never forget that one because they were building, everybody brought in old technology. So it was everything from toasters to old reel-to-reel recorders. They brought in, so the room was just piled up with old, out-of-date technology. And the kids' job was to take all of that apart and put it back together into other stuff. And wow, were they having so much fun. Now, I don't know that they fully understand, Ms. Bachelar, what all of those items were for originally. So, of course, I was there and able to help them with all of that information. So with that, Ms. Bachelar is going to take you on a little tour. And Ms. Bachelar, we're so excited because we just crossed spring yesterday, and it doesn't feel like spring yet, so we're hoping you're bringing the summer feeling to us this evening. Ms. Bachelar.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction. And I do want to point out the cow eye was in a plastic bag.
It was.
And he was holding it up almost like a third eye for himself that day. Yeah, and one other thing I wanted to mention before I dive into the summer is that next week for spring break we are offering several camps at Tappan. Our usual art, science, sports camps, including swimming in the Tappan pool, which we're really excited about. So let's dive into summer. Sometimes I say it's always summer at Rec and Ed, and I really feel that way because we're always either planning for summer or it is summer. So tonight I'll share with you a camp's overview, our purpose in providing camps in our community, some highlights that go along with those 3 different purpose areas, and then how to register. But first, I'd just like to point out our catalog this year. The children on the cover are actually our kids. They're standing on the Scarlet pool deck. They're in our kids sport camp from last year, and we were so pleased that they almost planned their matching swimsuits. I mean, it's like this perfect picture of them. And the other thing I'd like to point out about the catalog is, we're always asking parents, how can we do better? How can we make things easier for you? And they told us last year what they really need, because we have so many camps, is a camp at a glance. So if you turn to the centerfold of our catalog, you'll see this handy camps at a glance that has type of camp, the age group, what time of day it is, the price, and then the page. So it's this handy little index for you. Just wanted to point that out. All right, so let's just dive right into the camp's overview. This summer, we're offering 237 camp sessions for pre-K to 12th graders, plus the Safety Town program. And by pre-K, I really mean pre-K, because for the first time this year, we have a camp for 2-year-olds that is about bike riding. That's another parent response, how to ride a bike for 2 to 5-year-olds. We're really excited about that. I know, it's a sign of the times. So a couple things to highlight for you for this year. We've made our camps smaller. So the art, science, and academic camps are all at 24 kiddos max. And they're split by age at the time of registration from 5 to 7-year-olds and 8 to 10-year-olds. So we're completely doing away with the old way of saying K to 5 and then we'll split you up on the first day. It's right from registration. We have these smaller groups, smaller age groups as well. We're expecting, our locations, once again, Forsyth, thank you, Forsyth, is serving as the hub for art, science, and enrichment. We have sports camps at Clegg and Scarlett. Dickin, again, is hosting Safety Town. We have camps all summer at the preschool, at the Eberbach Cultural Arts Building, and basically we're using every gym that we have in the school district. So even if there isn't an indoor camp, we're using the gym in that building at some point. We're expecting over 4,500 registrations, and at this point, we actually have almost 2,000 registrations for camp, which is about 800 more than this time last year. Another thing to highlight that I just couldn't fit on the slide is that we've done a curriculum, either development or refresh, for the Rec and Ed Run camps with help from certified teachers who really helped us develop that curricula. All right, that's the overview. Let's talk about purpose. And actually, the picture at the top is one that I took over in our winter break camp, an art camp. And these girls and one boy in the back there were just delightful. I just wanted to stay there the whole week. So we have 3 purposes, and what we're really trying to do, big picture, is provide more than a place where kids can go and their parents are at work to do activities. We strive to provide camp experiences that enhance children's well-being. So that's physical activity, physical well-being, and also social emotional skills and well-being. We engage for growth because we know that camps can be a place for informal education and a key place for preventing summer learning loss. And I'll show you, but we offer lots of options for hands-on science, reading and writing, and math. And of course, our motto overall for our division is where community comes together, and we really take pride in the community building that happens at camps, where children who attend schools all over the school district meet and become friends. So I'd like to talk with you about some highlights that match up with each of these purpose areas. So under Enhanced Wellbeing, we have some new sport camps, like I said, from ages 2 to 15. But what I really am excited and proud to tell you is that we have 2 multi-sport camps. I think this is the first time in our history. One at Scarlett with Kids Sport and one at Clegg with A2 Sports. And we're offering 8 weeks of swimming. And that's swimming lessons, swimming skill development. And so it ends up being 1,760 spots for swimming. And we're really proud of this because it's such an important life skill, and I want to thank the facilities department and you all for helping keep the pools open so that we're able to do this. The other area where we're on this sort of 3 to 5 year plan to try to incorporate more intentional social emotional skill development in our camps. So early in the year, we engaged with the Weichert Center for Youth Program Quality, which is this amazing center right in our backyard in Ypsilanti, which is connected to the High Scope Foundation. And what they do is research and best practice around social emotional skill development and youth development in out-of-school time programs. So we are in the lane for their type of work. And they trained all of our childcare staff in some of their youth works tools, and so we're bringing that over to camps, and also using a couple of the responsive classroom tools as well that are just a perfect match. And so there's a picture here. This is actually at a sports camp, the one on the bottom where they were doing team building. And so if you walk into camps, you're going to see more of those circles and community building activities happening. Of course, we also want to engage for growth, and I'll just throw a couple highlights at you. We have some new reading and writing clubs, so they're half-day camps. One of them is focused on the book Wonder, which is really popular with elementary children. Also Young Chefs, and that goes up to actually the Master Chef level, just so you know, for 14 is it 13 to 15-year-olds? Well, it's teenage, I'll tell you that. And then Art Around Ann Arbor for teens, for 14 to 17-year-olds. And our new 5 Continents in 5 Days, which is about global learning. I know we talked about Youth Art Month, and I just wanted to mention that we have over 25 art camp sessions this summer. Another thing that we started a few years ago that we're just continuing to develop and expand is our science and STEAM camps. So this year we're offering a junior entomologist camp. We also have engaged with a new vendor to provide Little Vet School and Little Medical School. And I think this is going to be one of those high, adorable quotient type camp experiences. It's for 6 to 10-year-olds. It's a half-day camp. And they get to learn how to be a vet and learn how to be a doctor in really adorable ways. So if you're, that would be one that might be fun to stop by and see. Yeah, I mean, you can see it's very serious. It's not like real, but it's serious. Yeah. And then I'm very excited to tell you that we are offering some middle school Project Lead the Way VEX BattleBots. And if you, I'm just gonna look around at the trustee to see if anybody is reacting to BattleBots, because that would tell me that you are a nerd like me and you watch that show. Okay, I see one. So this is a really popular show where people build robots that fight each other. And so we're going to offer this. It's going to be taught by Project Lead the Way teachers, AAPS teachers, and it's geared toward rising 7th and 8th graders who have had the Project Lead the Way curriculum in 6th grade and then want to do some more over the summer. Then I've just listed all of our other amazing science and STEAM camps at the bottom. Lots of preschool STEAM. Our fairy tale STEAM is preschool, and they learn how to stop the egg, Humpty Dumpty from falling off the wall. It's very scientific. Just wanted to highlight a couple of those. So moving on to the building community purpose area, what we've done is develop a daily framework for each of our Rec and Ed Run camps that involves connecting in the morning through the Weichert Center building community or responsive classroom, and then a reflection at the end of the day, which can just be a 5-minute check-in, but we're creating a daily framework that will, I think, help with that building community piece, and our staff training will support that. We also build community through our our high school volunteer program, and this year, for the first time, we're piloting a middle school volunteer program. This is just going to be 20 kids, and we are engaging. It's a different type of volunteering for the middle school age. It's serving as mentor participants alongside kids in the camp. And we're really excited to provide the same types of training to both age groups. And again, this is a pilot, and we have high hopes. Finally, we also build community through our scholarship program. And we have over 400 scholarships available this year. We've gone through a long process this year, starting in about October, to, and I mentioned this in the biannual report in December, to make our scholarship registration process smoother. So we've carried this forward to our summer camps. Of course, scholarship status is confidential, so we can have any group of kids, and there might be a couple kids in there who are there on a fee waiver, but nobody knows. The instructor doesn't know, the other kids don't know. Of course, most of them are fee waivers, but we also have individual donors, and they're the people who, when they register for a class, they check the box, I'll give $1 to the scholarship program. Chartwell's gave us $500 for scholarships this year, and we had a couple other partners. Our Detroit Pistons Day brought in about $1,400 for camp scholarships. So thank you to all who do. And this is the last slide, but I just want to encourage people to register now. Early bird savings ends 5 o'clock sharp on April 17th. We have a brand new CAMPS website that I hope you will find is much easier to navigate than our old camp website. We worked hard on it over the winter. I just did a little screen capture of it. That's our new camp website. It's on every page of the catalog as well. I'd also just at this point like to give a special shout out to CTN for their Lights, Camera, Action camp, which fills immediately every time and is just so popular and has a great picture in the catalog of Mayor Taylor on page 28. It's already full, so sorry about that. But this is just a great partnership, and we really value what CTN offers to the camp program. It's really special and unique for the children in our community. And with that, I will say thank you, and I'm happy to take questions if you have them.
Thank you so much for that report.
Sure.
I'm looking forward to a great summer again.
Thank you.